Life is one series of invitations. We receive invitations to so many different things. Sometimes we can say yes, and sometimes we have to say no. Some years ago, I was delighted to accept a wonderful invitation to go to Hungary for the golden anniversary of priesthood for a dear friend. It was a marvelous and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, one that changed me forever. As a priest, I receive wonderful invitations all the time. Many of them overlap, and unfortunately, I can't always accept them because I have 2 or 3 for the same time. One Sunday, for instance, a lady had invited me not only to dinner at her home, but also to go see a Shakespeare play. Being very partial to Shakespeare, and even more partial to good food, I accepted a long time in advance. But then Sunday morning came around, and another man said, "Father, today is my 70th birthday. Come on over to the house and celebrate." I said, "I'm sorry, I can't. I'm already fully committed." He said, "I'm going to have a good bottle of scotch there." I said, "I'll be there." And I was. I managed to fit in both. But the most special invitation I received that same day was from a young man who called me on the phone and said, "Father, I am going to be confirmed. Would you be my sponsor?" Immediately, I said, "I will be delighted to accept this invitation." That one changed me even more than the Shakespeare or the Scotch. We are changed by what we share. We become something more when we accept an invitation. Very often we are not able to accept invitations, of course. In fact, sometimes we receive invitations we really have no desire to accept. Sometimes we make up excuses why we can't go. There's a story told of King Edward VII when he was still Prince of Wales. He sent an invitation to one of his closest associates, Lord Charles Beresford, to come to dinner. Charles sent him a telegram in reply saying, "Sorry, can't make it. Lie follows in tomorrow's mail." We often make up excuses why we can't do it. But sometimes we have very good excuses for not accepting certain invitations. When the mother of the great German author Goethe lay on her deathbed, a servant girl came in with an invitation to a party. The dying lady said, "Please tell them that Frau Goethe is unable to come as she is busy dying at the moment." All of us are busy dying as soon as we enter this world. All of us are busy living too. All of us have so many things to do. The gospel brings us the story of an invitation sent out to many people. All these invited guests declined the invitation. One said, "Oh, I have to take care of my farm." Another said, "I have to take care of my business." They were all doing good things. It wasn't that they were declining the invitation to do something bad. No, they simply had things to do. They already had other good things lined up. But it has so often been said that the good is the enemy of the better. They turned down something better in order to do something good. So often it is like that with us in life. We all have perfectly good things to do. We are all taking care of our own affairs, and we get so wrapped up in all that when God sends us a special invitation, sometimes we say, "I don't have time now. I am too busy with my own affairs." Now, there are some invitations in life that come only once, like being asked to be godparent or sponsor for a particular person, like being asked to marry a particular person, like being asked to serve as a priest. There are other invitations, little invitations, that God sends us every day if we would only take the time to notice. Each of us sees the sun in the sky every day. Perhaps we see the sun come up in the morning in all its golden splendor. Perhaps we see the sun shining at noon. Perhaps we witness the gorgeous California sunset in the evening. The sun is there for all of us to see. But how many people accept the invitation from God to contemplate that sun and allow its beauty and majesty to raise our thoughts and our hearts to higher things, that we too may shine? How many of us bypass that invitation? We decline because we are busy with other things. The better is sacrificed for the good. Every sun is an invitation not to do something more, but to be something more. Every flower we see blooming is an invitation addressed to us, an invitation to blossom, to become a little bit more. Every blade of grass we see is an invitation for us to grow a little more, to become a little more. Every success in life is an invitation to be something more. And every defeat invites us even more urgently to the same. God sends us so many invitations every day, not to do something necessarily. The doing will come of itself once we become all we can be, but to become so much more than what we are. Let's look at those invitations. They all bear our name. They are all addressed to us. Let's be able and willing sometimes to put aside for a moment the busyness of daily life, accept those little and large invitations of God, and become all that we can be.